G'day guys, I just wanted to make a quick video on replacing the Holden Colorado serpentine belt and tensioner on the RG model 2.5 or 2.8 litre turbo diesels 2012 onwards. It may apply to earlier years, but I haven't seen the engine, so I don't know for sure. This is the schematic. Essentially a mate of mine had a problem with his Colorado where at idle, if the car wasn't moving and he tried to move the steering wheel, it made a horrible squealing sound. When we popped the bonnet, we found that the serpentine belt was really loose. A combination of the tensioner and the belt was faulty. The belt had stretched and the tensioner had lost its tension over time. The location of the tensioner is in the bottom left hand corner, and when you provide tension in a clockwise fashion, the tensioner will loosen off and you will be able to remove the old serpentine belt. The part number for the replacement belt is Dayco part number 6PK2870, and the belt will cost you about $80. The Dayco part number for the tensioner is 132031, and at Repco we had a problem where they kept quoting us $30 for this assembly, but that was just the pulley that they were trying to provide. The entire assembly cost between $150 and $180 at the time of making this video. This is a side view of the serpentine belt on the Colorado from the driver's side, where you just peel back the rubber in the wheel arch. That's the side of the tensioner. That's the 15mm bolt holding the tensioner unit in place. And the good news, if you're wondering, is that you don't need to remove the clutch fan or the shroud to get the belt off. You can just take the tension off the tensioner to get the belt to slip off the pulleys, and you can pull it out without removing the clutch fan, which is, I know for anyone mechanically minded, really good news. Pardon me. So it's a 6-rib serpentine belt. You just need a 15mm metric socket, a ratchet, and a piece of metal tube that will fit over your ratchet. Or if you're lucky enough to have a torque wrench that's 1.5 feet long, just use that and the 15mm socket and just wind the tension right up on it so that you can get enough tension on the pulley. What you do is you attach the 15mm socket to the tensioner end and lean down, so the torque wrench will be off on this angle, and you just lean down on it and then just take the belt off. And then if you're removing the tensioner assembly because you think it's lost tension, to test, you just lean on the pulley with your hand, like with your body weight. If you can push the pulley down with your body weight, then it's stuffed. You need a new one. It should be very difficult to push that pulley down at all if it's in good condition. So if you're replacing it, remove that bolt and the whole assembly will just come off. There is a locating pin on the back of it, which is just here. So when you put the new one in place, just make sure that that is in the hole located on the block behind it, and then put the bolt back in, the 15mm bolt, and do it up tight. And then route the serpentine belt through the pulleys like so, ensuring that it's the right way round, which is with the rib side up over your tensioner. And then you simply get a pair of pliers and pull this pin out, and that pin will allow the tensioner spring to do its job, and it'll push the tensioner anti-clockwise, which is sort of upwards direction, and that'll provide tension on the serpentine belt. That's about it. The belt will run you $80. The tensioner unit about $150 to $180, so $230. You won't need to replace the belt again for about 50,000 Ks or more, and you'll know that that tensioner is brand new and replaced, which is good, because I think the Dayco unit is a better unit than the original Holden specs. So hopefully this helps you out there to do it yourself at home instead of getting ripped off by going to a dealer. Thanks for watching.